Okay, so for week 1 of summer anime, what a refreshing season of new shows, crazy action continuations. It's so cool. So yeah, so many shows this season. People said it's stacked. I'm gonna review about 40 anime for you here. Give my first impressions on the first few episodes. I'll try to avoid some spoilers, but yeah, I'll just lightly describe the shows I've been watching. Starting off with Dandadan season 2. So we have the continuation. Didn't really have to wait too long. A bit less than half a year. So yeah, that's hype. And yeah, 2 episodes. They haven't really missed a beat. Crazy psycho action. The author's just like writing shit and it doesn't really matter, but there's just like cool action, great vibes, and then high quality animation from Sai and Saru. So, I mean, first episode we just see Momo getting assaulted. What else is new? Kind of handles the business herself, just like beating people up with her psychic powers. But also it's like really creepy, like all these like big ass dudes just like going on her. So they're like into hot springs. We see there's like this evil family by Gigi's house, and they're kind of like sacrificing people in this village because they have to like do an offering to like the volcano where there's like this god here. But then we see that the god's actually like this Mongolian death worm, so it's actually just like an alien monster or whatever. So we'll kind of like talk about that later. But besides that, Momo just like fighting old people. She kind of handles the business, gets more information, realizes that this thing they thought it was like a Tsuchinoko, it's actually just like this like kind of giant worm, and then basically it's living under Gigi's house. So yeah, Momo like goes back to Gigi's house, says, yo, I got good news, I found out what the monster is. He sees Okurun and Gigi getting beaten up by the women of the family. So yeah, them two is on the floor. So yeah, Momo has to handle the business again, bro. This girl is like holding her own. It's so cool. So yeah, Momo going hand to hand against like the whole family. There's like 10 people. Just like hand-to-hand combat, knees them in the face, throws tables at them, and then kicks them in the balls. That was cool. But then we see the head of the household, which is like an old grandmother. She hits her with the Jennifer Lopez anaconda kung fu martial art. Great fight scene as the old woman just like pushes her through the wall that we saw that was broken last season, and inside the wall is kind of like a shrine offering to the worm god. Momo, Okurun, and Gigi kind of push everyone back into the wall, and then they go down into like this giant underground like sunken village area. So basically the worm kind of lives here. It's like this giant death worm that has psychic rays. It starts to like crash into all the old people of the family. So now Momo, Okurun, and Gigi are just there trying to like defend against it. The problem is like since it has like psychic death rays, this worm like kind of forces you to commit suicide. So yeah, Okurun and Momo are like about to kill themselves. Gigi like tries his hardest to like stop them, like restrain their arms, but then Momo like uses psychic powers to like kind of throw glass at herself. So yeah, pretty intense scene. And then yeah, Gigi kind of locks in. Harry somehow tries to run away from the worm, and then we see like as things go bad, Gigi also has like this kind of evil spirit inside of him, and then we see like this kind of giant underground pit is also like a shrine for the evil spirit. So the evil spirit is called the Evil Eye, and then yeah, we get some sad backstory this episode as well. So yeah, basically the Evil Eye was kind of like this little kid that wanted friends, but then everyone that got near him also wanted to commit suicide. So yeah, he was never really wanted, and he started to just like hate humans. But then Gigi kind of like sympathizes with them. So yeah, I guess the Evil Eye was with Gigi the whole time, but our problem is the Evil Eye also kind of almost got Gigi's parents like killed because they tried to commit suicide. So basically we have this worm that has suicide death rays, and also this Evil Eye that has suicide death rays. So yeah, I mean, what is this author cooking? Just like both of these monsters are like kind of canceling their powers out, and as they go crashing into houses in this underground village, we see the actual corpse of the Evil Eye. So then he kind of like merges with Gigi. He was kind of waiting for like a strong person to kind of free him. Gigi sympathizes with him, but now his body gets taken over. So yeah, Gigi turns into Evil Eye, does like this cool ass like Captain Underpants transformation, takes all his clothes off, and he's like super jacked. He has like black marks on his face, and he kind of looks like a Dragon Ball Z villain. And he kind of like channels all the hatred of the people that got sacrificed, throws them into like this ball, and then kicks the death worm with it. So he's kind of using Gigi's soccer skills as well as part of like his powers. And basically the worm kind of like gets defeated, runs away. So it doesn't get killed yet because it can like dig into the ground. But yeah, the problem is Evil Eye is not your friend. So yeah, he's so he took over Gigi's body, and now he like kind of targets Momo. So yeah, Momo kind of like tries to block one of his like soccer ball hits, but then Evil Eye kind of like sneaks around her, punches her, and now is about to kick her head off with the soccer ball until Okurun comes in last minute, saves her. So finally, bro, Momo was doing all the fighting, and now Okurun's here again with the Turbo Granny powers. But yeah, insane story so far, just like fights on top of fights. Doesn't really have a theme. Like we thought we were gonna fight the worm, but now we're fighting the Evil Eye. But, hopefully we'll save Gigi. I guess, like, it'll be fine. And yeah, that's it for Dandadan so far. It looks like it's going to be another hype season, 12 more episodes. The new opening's pretty good. Obviously, not as good as Otonoke from Creepy Nuts. But, it vibes pretty well. The animation was also, like, pretty clean in the opening. With, like, Okurun's POV, it was, like, pretty unique. And then them running together at the end, it was cool. So, yeah, definitely a must-watch anime this season if you do like action. Also, after that, we have Takopi's Original Sin. Okay, bro, this anime is crazy. This is going to be a 6-episode show based on, like, this, like, small manga series, 16 chapters. But like it's super high quality, seeing like everything happening, like the cool, happy, funny music. It's kind of like cheerful vibe, but then like people are getting beaten up, bullied. Like it's crazy, bro. I don't want to spoil too much, so I'll barely talk about it. But yeah, we have 3 episodes so far. First episode kind of like 45 minutes long, insane. So shows Takopi is like a happy alien from like the happy planet. He landed onto Earth for some reason, and like, you know, people are trying to hunt him down because he's an alien that looks like a pink octopus. So he kind of like comes across Shizuka while he's like in the garbage, and then they become friends. He sees that Shizuka is a bit sad, so he wants to make her happy. He wants to make her smile. That's his goal. He has a lot of like happy gadgets he can do this with. Yeah, problem is Shizuka's getting bullied. Yeah, beaten up and stuff, and then Takopi is like really naive. He doesn't really understand like, you know, other emotions besides happiness. So now that he's on Earth, there's like fear, there's like anger, there's a lot of other shit that he has to deal with. So basically it's like Takopi trying to help Shizuka in like the weirdest ways possible. And then yeah, just it's so crazy. So yeah, that's the premise so far. It's very unsettling. Like the happy music is the best part. Like everything about this anime is like super high quality. The music, the animation, the colors, the direction, and the suspense. But Takopi, he's been doing a lot of sinning this season. Also after that we have Gachiakuta. So 2 episodes so far. I mean, high quality new shonen anime out here. This one is super edgy, by the way. Also, the world is like super unique. I like it. If you want to compare it to another like kind of darker shonen like Hell's Paradise, it's a bit similar. Although Gachiakuta has a bit of like a generic story. Main character, he has this kind of special power and he wants revenge. So it's not that deep, but I think the world's like very unique. Just like we're in the garbage land, we're in a garbage planet full with garbage monsters, and then you get your powers by kind of like taking care of items. So yeah, everyone has like an item power. If you kind of like cherish and take care of items, then your power kind of gets stronger. And then yeah, our main character, his name isn't Gachiakuta, it's Rudo, but he's kind of like this like short white haired dude. So yeah, he's like a huge environmentalist. He likes to reuse stuff and doesn't like waste. The problem comes in the first episode. It was a bit fast paced, but basically his mentor got murdered and he lives in like the slum area of their city. So then he comes across the body, he gets framed for the murder. So he gets thrown into the garbage hole and then falls down and survives. But yeah, he's in the garbage planet. So we thought it'd be like a hole, like an abyss, but it looks like he was in a flying city. And then the flying city just like throws garbage down on the planet. So the planet people hate the flying city people. But basically Rudo has to kind of like survive in the slums. It's very hard because there's like garbage demons out here. Kind of like a garbage Dark Souls area. But yeah, I mean, he meets like a cool dude in Engine in episode 2. I liked him. So I mean, first 2 episodes were nice, you know, very standard by the books, but the world super unique. I'm down to see like more garbage monsters, more powers. I like it a lot because of the quality, and then the music's like really good. Like heavy metal screaming in the opening, it's so fitting. And there's probably gonna be a lot of like crazy unhinged characters living in this garbage world. It looks like it's super hard to survive because there are monsters. Also, you can't really breathe the air. It just like rips through your lungs because it's just like so toxic. Also after that, we have Call of the Night season 2. Oh my god, I love it. The vibes are here. We're back at nighttime. So yeah, the grooming vampires are back. Yeah, this anime was like super problematic sometimes, but I did like it because it did explore like themes of innocence, freedom, lust, hang out at night. You know, it's like naive characters out here just like discovering themselves. So yeah, it had like such a unique vibe. And then they do address like the problematic stuff about these vampires because yeah, even though like it seems kind of fun, wholesome, they are sinister. We see Anko there, like the kind of detective lady antagonist, even though she's trying to save these like young boys from like, you know, ruining their lives. So basically if a vampire sucks your blood while you have romantic feelings for each other, then you turn to a vampire. Also, the vampires seem to be like super active in this world, even though they should be low-key. We see there's like a whole group of them, you know, hot vampire waifu mommies. But yeah, besides that, I'm like excited to learn more about the world. So season 2 will probably explain more things. So basically we continue off with Ko and Nazuna. So they have 1 year to like actually form a relationship from the time they suck their blood. That's their goal pretty much, but then Ko is kind of naive. He doesn't know what love is, which is, it seems so dumb. Like Ko is like so stupid, but he's just kind of like a 14-year-old like naive kid. Last season there was a dude Akun and got turned into a vampire, and then this season we start off with one of Ko's friends, Mahiru. He's actually visiting a vampire that works at this bar, and actually seems to be grooming him as well. So things escalate when she meets Ko. They both realize who they are, and now her identity is revealed to Mahiru. And more people are like getting turned into vampires, and then Anko kind of shows up with her grippers, bare ass feet. So she's probably gonna do some shit as well. And then yeah, you know, Call of the Night will continue, I guess. This season seems to be a bit more darker, might have some more action. So yeah, excited to see that. Also the new opening, Creepy Nuts worked on it. It's called Mirage. It's also so good. It's like so chill, has some like kind of Latin inspired themes with like the guitar playing. So I can't wait to see how like the story unfolds. Also, let's go over some other new shows. So we have Secrets of the Silent Witch. Bro, this anime is super cute. We have 2 episodes so far. So basically we have a cute, socially anxious witch anime. Like these fit all the boxes of stuff I like. But basically we have a character. She's not really like me for real, because she's actually talented. She's like one of the strongest characters in the world. So yeah, there's like sages. She's one of like the 7 sages. So yeah, she can solo monsters and shit. But she's like 16. She's really young. And yeah, she just like can't talk to people. But yeah, that's how her magic got really strong, because she's the only one that can use incantationless magic, because she's just too shy to actually like say the spells out loud. So yeah, she used her insecurity as a talent, and it's basically kind of like chilling in the mountains, living by herself. But then the plot kind of forms that she has to like kind of go to a school. One of the other sages like blackmails her, and she has to protect the prince. So yeah, basically, a cute witch kind of like goes undercover into the school. Like the premise doesn't seem too deep, but yeah, the main character Monica, she's super cute, nice to follow, very smart, and it's like a chill anime. It's like we've been having a lot of like witch anime recently, stuff like this, and then Witch Watch, and then The Witch's Death. There's the Girls Who Couldn't Be Magicians. I love all of them, so I'm definitely excited for this one as well. After that, we also have The Summer Hikaru Died. A very cool, like kind of horror anime in the village, like small town vibes. So yeah, it's, you know, similar to Summertime Rendering as well. So just like dudes kind of like getting body possessed. So there's like some sinister demons on these mountains, and basically like Summertime Rendering and Parasite, there's like this kind of like horror vibe where the main character has to like confront these monsters. But yeah, the problem is the main character, he kind of has feelings for the body snatcher. So it basically starts off with Hikaru, who died in the mountains. So his friend Yoshiki actually had a crush on him, and Hikaru kind of tells him that yeah, he's like a alien monster type thing. So basically he's not really the same Hikaru, even though he has his memories. He's a bit more wild and carefree, enjoying like this new body of his. So Yoshiki's trying to turn a blind eye, because I mean, first of all, I don't blame him, bro. This shit's scary. Like pretend a demon kind of shows up to your door, like he might kill your whole family. So he's kind of like navigating this a bit poorly though, because he does have feelings for Hikaru. So now they kind of get closer, but he feels like a bit guilty. Also, yeah, I mean, it looks like Hikaru's like trying to like threaten people that know his identity. So yeah, it looks like people in this village know like what monsters are. Like there seems to be more monsters in the mountains. So again, I have no idea what's gonna happen, but the vibes are insanely good. Just like 2 bros hanging out and one having like an existential crisis. And now I'll go over some other continuations very quickly. We have My Dress Up Darling season 2, insanely like cute romance show. Yeah, high quality again, so yeah, more cosplays with Marin. My problems with season 1, Marin's just not a real character. It's like extroverted weeb into like the D-gen shit. You don't exist, but you know, this is an anime, so it's just very wholesome to see her and Gojo kind of continue the relationship. We've been waiting a while, but yeah, season 1 was also super high quality. Expecting the same for season 2, because yeah, that was like one of the other main reasons to watch it. Just like seeing these like high quality cosplays and then cute wholesome progression with our main 2 characters. Also, if you want an even more kind of like D-gen concept, we have Friend Their Girlfriend season 4, bro. 4th season, it's here. Why? So yeah, I mean, if you haven't kept up season 1, obviously the GOAT introduces to this like kind of crazy concept. If you were naive, you would have thought, oh, maybe they would wrap it up pretty quickly, you know, maybe 200 300 chapters we'd be finished. Now 400 chapters continuing. This season will animate the goated like manga panel scene with Kazuya being a cuck. So yeah, I mean, look out for that. But basically, if it didn't keep up, season 2 I thought was like really bad. Just like did no progress. Ruka doing Ruka things. Season 3 I thought was a bit better. Minor spoilers, but yeah, Mizuhara, she had like a emotional moment in her life, and then Kazuya was like helping her like create a movie. We see Mami was like doing things quietly in the background, like a, you know, silent ninja. What is she doing? Well, she's getting closer to Kazuya's grandmother, and then like making like a dating app or something. Also, like Yaimori, a new character introduced with season 3. So yeah, I thought season 3 was a bit better, and season 4 seems to be like great quality as well. So yeah, I mean, I'm sad to say that I've been kind of enjoying season 4 so far, even though I know it's gonna be garbage. But basically, it started off the first episode with Kazuya just like being horny, so he just like nutted in his room, like just like watching porn. That was literally the first minute of the episode. I think it was like a bit down bad, so he went round 2 basically in the morning. But it's like the only noteworthy thing to like kind of talk about. But basically, he talks to Mitsuhara a bit. They kind of like go on a date. They kind of get lunch together, and yeah, I'll be able to see what's gonna happen. Also, after that, we have Kaiju number 8. So yeah, second season. It didn't start yet, so we had a special episode so far. I thought this anime was pretty decent. It was well received as like, you know, cool new action shonen featuring Anki, a washed up kaiju garbage man, as like the kind of main character. So he has like kind of super kaiju powers. It's continuing. He got captured by the government, but they seem to be like kind of putting him on a leash. So we'll see where things go for Kafka. You know, I like the characters, love the action. There were a lot of like cool kaiju fights in season 1. So we got a special episode so far, which was basically Hoshino, him on his day off. And then he's basically the dad of the group, taking care of everybody, and then kind of like guiding everyone to like this like volunteer event. So yeah, it was like a super wholesome episode. And we'll kind of see how the season starts off, where we get like Kafka's point of view. There's also Rascal Does Not Dream of Santa Claus. So yeah, Bunny Girl Senpai continuation. You do need to watch the movie. The movie is really good. You also kind of need to watch the Little Sister prequel as well. as well as the Knapsack Kid one. But I think if you don't want to watch all that, you just really need to know the first season and the first movie, because the sister one's like self-explanatory. The Knapsack Kid one is whatever. I thought the first movie was super emotional as well. But yeah, anyway, you know, continuation. Sakuta, he's in college now, so you would think, okay, no more puberty syndrome. That shit's in high school. We leave that behind. But he kind of has to deal with that again, more like quantum physics romance going on here. But basically, our main character, Sakuta, the premise is just him like hanging out with a lot of girls. He's a bit cynical, so he kind of like talks like with a lot of sarcasm. But basically, he's kind of like solving problems with these girls. Him and Mai, the relationship is going strong. We see in this world because one of the girls from the previous movies like was able to like shift the timeline a bit to like save someone. So basically, one of the idols that was in the group with my sister, she seems to be like blowing up, trying to go solo, but then she doesn't really want to go solo, or she's like having trouble like kind of discovering herself, her personality. She was like a bit aloof, airheaded. But we see now that she's more like focused and is able to like kind of read people better. So we see she actually has two personalities. So she's kind of like going through some type of puberty syndrome. I don't know, multiple personality disorder. But Sakuta kind of like helps her out. Also in the background, we see a girl in like a cute Santa Claus outfit hanging out in the library, but we briefly see her. So I guess like she'll be the meat of the anime. And I wonder what she's gonna do. But we kind of had a lot in this anime. We had bunny girls. We had his little sister in like the panda onesie. We had some like cat girls. And now we have a Santa Claus girl. There's also the fragrant flower blooms with dignity. This kind of like a wholesome romance show. The thing is, it's not released. They're not releasing it until like a few months later. But its anime is airing. I haven't watched an episode yet, but I've heard like a lot of like good things, because I'm always down to watch like really good kind of feel good romance shows. There's also Shield Hero season 4. I'm not really gonna talk about this at all. Season 3 is so ass. Why do I keep watching? I just want Raptalia to be happy, but bro, the story is like doesn't make sense. Basically at the end of season 3 is like kind of a trigger for like stuff happening in season 4. Raptalia wears like the Shrine Maiden outfit because it like kind of betrays another family that was like watching her with assassins. So basically they're going to war with that family. I don't know, our party gets stronger, but yeah, it's super annoying. I might check out a few more episodes. I think the quality is like very decent. So yeah, like the story is like pretty much unwatchable, but I mean, if you have some attachment to these characters, I guess, you know, season 4 is out here. There's also Sakamoto Days Part 2. It didn't air yet, but you know, more action, I'm assuming. Another fine addition this season of action shonen, so yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen. Speaking of another like shonen, we have Dr. Stone, so yeah, Science Future Part 2. We had part 1 in the winter, so yeah, pretty quick we have part 2. So many arcs with like crazy villains as we kind of just like expand the science like exponentially. So I hear they're trying to go to South America to actually like discover, pinpoint the source of the green radiation beam. And we see that Senku, they kidnap Dr. Zeno. So they're basically kind of sailing together while getting hunted down by Stan Lee. So yeah, there's gonna be villains we're gonna fight, but we're also gonna expand the world a lot. They're kind of reaching a lot of climaxes. Like Dr. Stone has a lot of hype moments and also emotional stuff happening as like, you know, we make a lot of progress. There's also the 7th Prince reincarnation. It's so ass, bro. It's so like, the story's so bad. Kind of like annoying harem fantasy garbage, but also the animation's pretty insane, so I might watch a bit of it. There's also Grand Blue Dreaming season 2. So season 1, we had it a while ago. It was pretty funny. It's like not too serious. There's like characters drinking and getting naked, but I guess they don't like sleep with each other yet. One like big thing about this in the news is that like the whole anime got leaked apparently, so there's 12 episodes out here. I only saw the first episode, but it's kind of sad. But just like expect like a good continuation of more of the characters just like drinking and swimming. Also for continuations, we have a couple of Cuckoos season 2. Yeah, it's back. They kind of changed the art style to be a bit more like low quality. I really like the season 1 quality, and I kind of like the story. It was like a fun trashy concept that they made emotional sometimes. It was like a funny harem show. Besides that though, I think they're gonna add another girl. This is gonna be even more crazy. Also another continuation, we have the new Arknights season, Rise from Ember. So it's like pretty much season 3. So before that we had Perish and Frost, where we fought Frost Nova. So this is kind of like the climax of the first part of the story, where they fight like Patriot and Tallulah. So I mean, if you played the mobile game, like the story is pretty in depth. There's like kind of like a fantasy world that's like wrapped in war and like disease. So it's gonna be 10 episodes. We'll probably cover, you know, like the game story. But basically right now, Tallulah, she's slamming a city into lungmen. Chen has to go and stop her, because if other people stop her, it's gonna be like seen as an act of war. So there's like some politics involved, but basically Chen's going off by herself. Hoshiguma tries to stop her. Cool action scene there. I think the action so far has been hype. And then in the second episode, we get W backstory, which is pretty much Dark Knight's memoir. But yeah, W was like a fun character, like, you know, psycho bomb girl. And we'll learn more about her like origin, where she kind of like took the mantle of W from someone else. She doesn't really have a real name herself. And then she wanted to find a place of belonging. She found like Rhodes Island with the doctor and then Teresa. So that was cool. We saw like what happened to the doctor back then, but then he lost his memory. So a lot of shit like went wrong basically. I saw complaints on the second episode where the pacing was super fast. They had to fit everything in 20 minutes. I thought it was directed pretty well and really good animation, as we see like these old characters in a flashback. But I guess that's something that's gonna happen this season, where even though it looks pretty decent, the story might be like very fast. You're not gonna understand if you did not play the game or if you didn't read the game story. I'm liking it because I am up to date with Arknights. But another mobile game anime. Also, we have some other new shows. So we have Clevatess. They're kind of like a dark fantasy show based on a web manga. I do like it. Like the quality is like very decent. We see like these heroes fighting. There's some explosions. There's like magic beasts are taking over. So a pretty interesting story, but it's like kind of super dark. So basically, the world setup so far is that everyone's in like this kingdom area where they can't really expand their borders because they're just like surrounded by magic beasts. So everyone's kind of like stuck and landlocked. But we see one of the empires. They have this bloodline that allows them to forge legendary weapons. So basically, this kingdom has a lot of heroes that are like fighting the magic beasts. The thing is, there's like 4 like boss magic beasts as well, and Clevatess is one of them. So one of like the hero groups goes in, tries to like kind of clear the way, defeat Clevatess. He kind of no diffs all of them, beats them so easily. So he has shadow powers, so he can like instantly pierce you through your shadow. And also he has like a bunch of tails, so even if you jump and avoid your shadow, he can just like kind of behead you with his tail. So basically, the main girl, Alicia, she also has like this magic sword. She's able to hang with Clevatess a bit. Kind of like scratches his horn, but then she also gets killed, stabbed in the eye, and her leg cut off. So basically, Clevatess, he's like this giant like horned wolf. He kills all the heroes, throws away their weapons, and also goes into their kingdom, kills the king. He's like, bro, stop fucking with me. And he also is kind of curious because he wants to know like why humans are doing this, why they're attacking him, what they want. So basically, Clevatess kind of like destroys the kingdom a bit. He doesn't kill everybody, but then he like kind of rescues a baby because like the baby's crying, and then someone entrusts the baby to him. So he kind of makes a goal of himself to see if he can raise this baby and see like if the baby can explain what it is to be human, what humans want, something like that. So basically, kind of this crazy plot line. We're just trying to like wolf demon just like attacks the kingdom and takes the baby and raises the baby. So I guess we're gonna follow him while he's trying to raise the baby. He also resurrects Alicia, the girl that like got killed the other time, because he needs like a human to kind of teach him how to take care of babies, get some milk. So basically, this anime is just like take care of the baby. Crazy concept, but it seems like very interesting. The world again is super dark. There's a lot of like kind of slavery, bandits, as well as just like war and murder. So if that anime was too dark for you, we have some other cute shows. So we have Ruri Rocks. The very high quality cute girls excavating for rocks. What the hell? I love this so much. Also, the girls are super stacked. Like they have like the biggest ass and titties I've ever seen. So our main character Ruri, she likes gemstones. She wants to buy some. But her mom is like, no, I ain't giving you more money. So she goes into the forest, tries to find them herself, but she's so inexperienced. She's scared. There's like bears in the forest. So she tries to run away, but then she finds Nagi. They're like kind of like the stacked college girl researcher, just like the hottest character design this season probably. But basically, Nagi has a giant hammer. So she's kind of hammering the rocks. They find like a lot of gemstones and basically just like learning about geology. There's like different rock formations. There's different deposits where rocks form. There's different shapes of the actual crystals. That'd be cute anime, very high quality, made by Studio Bind. So yeah, they did Mushoku Tensei. It has like the Onimai art style, which was the sus gender swapped anime. But even though this one there's fan service, like the concept is like pretty fun. We also have City the animation. So Nichijo's successor out here. That's like a bunch of characters living in like this like random fantasy city, I guess. It just explores the daily lives of people. So yeah, a bunch of like random skits and just like characters getting dunked on. So yeah, pretty crazy surreal show. I like it a lot. We also have Tougen Anki. So yeah, new shonen anime again. This one was a bit too edgy and generic, but if you do like action shows, I mean, this one seems to have potential. So basically, our main character, he's an Oni, but yeah, he awakens to his Oni bloodline. While like the fight gets super intense, there's this old guy hunting him down, and then his dad gets killed, and he turns into like the gun demon. So basically, kind of like a Bleach type of story where like, people are hunting demons in the world. But yeah, our main character, he's the demon himself. He's gonna get a mentor, join a team of people probably, and maybe get revenge for his father. We gotta see. Unfortunately, there's like a lot of like similar action shows this season. That one might make this one kind of fly under the radar a bit. Other stuff I'm liking as well. There's no freaking way I'll be your lover unless. So we have Boshi the Rock romance show, like a cute girl with pink hair, but she's socially anxious and she kind of has like insecurity as well. So basically, one of the girls like falls in love with her and then kind of like rescues her from falling off the roof. So she kind of like puts the moves on the pink haired girl, but she's like, nah, let's take it easy, let's be friends, because if we are lovers and we break up, it'll get messy. So yeah, the concept is super flimsy, but yeah, basically the pink haired girl wants to be friends, the blonde haired girl wants to be girlfriends. So they're like, what if we test both sides out? out. So like half of the week will be friends, half of the week will be girlfriends. I feel like the girlfriend side is just gonna win super hard. So there's not really a need for anything else to happen. But I guess the story will continue with the girls getting closer. You know, it's a super cute Yuri show, so yeah, gonna keep watching. Other stuff going on. We have the water magician. A dude gets isekai and he's like kind of training his powers. Also, he's like a bit immortal. He doesn't age. It actually like high key reminds me of Slime 300. So I guess this dude will get overpowered, learn more water abilities, and maybe get some friends. He's just like living in this like fantasy world. We also have the new Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt. You know, funny show. I forgot this was coming out, but yeah, you know, Trigger working on a cute continuation. Just like our two characters, Panty and Stocking, fighting these demons, while also making like a lot of sexual references. There's Watari-kun's Blank is about to collab. It's a pretty bad romance show. Like a girl kind of stalks this dude and then like just jumps on him. And then this dude also in love with his little sister. Like the world is a bit sus, but has like some kind of interesting suspenseful vibes. Like feels like a horror anime at times. So yeah, I don't know what Watari-kun's is gonna collapse. I don't know if his sister is gonna collapse. Is his garden gonna collapse? Is he gonna collapse? Is his dick gonna collapse? But it's just like crazy, a bit trashy romance show, but it is a bit interesting. We also have dealing with the Mikadono sisters is a breeze. So a dude moves in with 3 girls that are sisters. I've seen this concept so many times recently. So yeah, I mean, Ranma one half did it. This one doesn't seem to have too much substance, but basically these 3 sisters are prodigies. So yeah, the main dude, he's kind of like a failure, but he seems to be good at like house husband skills. So yeah, he's like raising the girls up by taking care of them. We also have the vending machine Isekai season 2 continuation. I thought season 1 was fun and different in terms of like dudes turning into things. They're like power scaling how goofy we can make the isekai concept. But it continues. Our dude transforming into more things. He like, you know, feeds people. He can also become invisible and fly with balloons. So he'll probably do some more crazy stuff as like the season continues. I'm hoping that this guy can talk soon, but I don't think he'll get the power to talk. We also have With You and the Rain. So yeah, a girl kind of adopts this tanuki raccoon thing. She thinks it's a dog. So yeah, there's like a girl taking care of her dog, hanging out with her dog. Cute pet anime, honestly. Very cool, very cute, like wholesome slice of life show. It has some kind of dark undertone sometimes. Maybe like it'll get sad and emotional in the future. We also have Welcome to the Outcast restaurant. Kind of like a random fantasy show where a dude gets kicked out of his party. Yes, very original. But he has like really cool like cooking powers. And then yeah, he just like opens a restaurant. He buys a slave girl, and I guess he's having like these like kind of cute girls, hiring them, saving them, and having them work as like servers in his restaurant. So I mean, it's cute and wholesome. There's detectives these days are crazy. So Hana kind of voicing like this kind of unhinged high school girl that has like superpowers. And she works with this like old washed up detective with back problems. So just like a cute wacky buddy cop show. It's very fun. We have the shy hero and the assassin princesses. The dude is like super OP, but he has social anxiety, I guess. And then these 3 hot women are trying to kill him. But then the thing is, he's way too overpowered. He's also like kind of caring up for them, so they're having trouble killing him. And yeah, that's the gimmick so far. It is funny. We have cultural exchange with the game center girl. So there's this blonde British girl in Japan, and then she can't speak any Japanese. So she's hanging out at this arcade, and the arcade workers like kind of helping her learn Japanese while he's like kind of working on his English. It's kind of like a fun, chill situation, just like wholesome slice of life. Has like a realistic type of concept so far. There's Betrothed to My Sister's Ex, another kind of like European kingdom romance show. So just like a Cinderella story. This girl, she's kind of like being treated as a servant, but then the handsome dark-skinned prince like kind of falls in love with her. So it's a bit generic, but you want to see the characters be happy, so yeah, it's okay. We have Private Tutor to the Duke's Daughter. This dude kind of teaching like these lolly magicians magic. Not that great, but I just mentioned it here. We have a Nyaight of the Living Cats. So yeah, the cat zombie apocalypse. This one's pretty fun and unique. The gimmick is basically just like cat facts to anime. So yeah, like if cats touch you, you're turned into a zombie in this world. So our main characters are kind of like running away from the cat apocalypse. Like society is just like crumbled and turned to cats. And the thing is, they can't really fight back against the cats because they're too cute to attack. It's like showing us how cute cats can be while also like running away from them. There's also See You Tomorrow at the Food Court. We have like these 2 femme cells. I like the concept so far. Just like, you know, every episode is probably just like these 2 girls chilling and talking. So if you just want dialogue heavy anime with like cynical high school girls, like this one's definitely like very captivating. We also have Turkey, Time to Strike. So yeah, it's kind of like the bowling anime, Cute Girls Bowling, but then psych, it's an isekai. So it's just like the biggest bait show this season, but it looks to have some promise. We also have Necronomico and the Cosmic Horror Show. This is like a VR MMO, kind of like game isekai type thing. These people are like kind of trapped in a game that's run by demons, and then their prize is like $1,000 pretty much to win. So it looks like they're sacrificing their life for $1,000 to like death game type of show. That like a cute art style where like characters going to the game world. It's like they're playing like VR Fall Guys. But yeah, the gimmick is pretty dumb. Also, yeah, this this show had the controversial subtitle problem where they literally had AI generated subtitles that weren't edited, so you could see like the chat GPT prompt there as well. There's also Bad Girl, random Yuri show as like cute girls hang out, and then like our main character is kind of like Makima in high school, so she has like the red hair and likes to make the main character wear like dog ears and a collar. So it is like random DGen Yuri show this season. We also have a solo camping for 2. Yeah, our main dude, he likes to camp by himself, but then this girl is very inexperienced and just starts harassing him and also like kind of steals his tent, and now they're camping together. Like the gimmick is a bit self-inserty, but yeah, I guess like chill camping shows as these characters kind of hang out together. We also have Uglymug, Epicfighter. This one's kind of funny. It's like an actual like serious isekai where our main dude, he hates women, he's also like, you know, overweight, but then he gets isekai'd, and the problem is like his life kind of gets drained when he touches women. But I guess he's also like super overpowered, so he's just like doing things while also like trying to avoid people. There's also Puniru with the Kawaii Slime season 2. I thought season 1 was pretty funny, so continuation here. It's a bit childish, but a lot of like crazy stuff happens. So that's there. And there's also continuations, 2 core from last season as we kind of wrap up the video. So we have Witch Watch. I'm gonna keep watching The Witch. It's super cute, wholesome, funny, just like sitcom style. We kind of solved like the big arc with Wolf. So yeah, now we're just like kind of chilling, doing more high school adventures, and I guess meeting more characters. There's Summer Pockets also continuing. So yeah, the visual novel show is there. And Shirley is continuing. So cute, kind of like small town vibes there. There's also 2B Hero X, which is also like insanely good. So I love this anime a lot. I also learned that yeah, they're called dongwas if they're a Chinese anime. And speaking of dongwas, we have Lord of Mysteries, which is kind of like such an in-depth show. They dropped 3 episodes at the same time and also explains so much stuff, and yet you kind of like know nothing. You're just so lost. So yeah, that's how I felt like for me. Basically, it's kind of like an isekai, transmigration type isekai, where like you actually get teleported into like some character's mind. So it looks like the main character like teleports into like the world of this book, and it kind of like turns into a beyonder, which is like just like magic police, I guess. So you do it in like kind of like this steampunk fantasy world. And he's kind of like fighting evil monsters and other magical people at the same time. He's trying to hide his identity, and he has like this kind of whole mental world inside of him. So it looks like he's just like transported into the world of a book. I don't really know, because again, like they dropped 3 episodes and it was just like insanely in depth that like I was just lost. But I did like the vibe so far, but I might not keep watching it. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching the video. I apologize if I've been talking about too many shows, but I mean, that's the anime this season. I like checking out most things and then just like rating them up because I don't know, I got nothing better to do. Also, yeah, we have some movies coming out. We got the Demon Slayer movie coming out soon, so yeah, it's coming out in the summer, at least in Japan. I bet we're gonna get it soon. Also, Chainsaw Man movie also coming out September. I think we're gonna get it October or November. You'll catch me seeing The Bomb Girl in theaters, so yeah, that's hype. But you know, summer season again, like very crazy hype shows, insane new action shows, continuations. Dandadan is gonna be like the best anime this season for sure. But yeah, a lot of other stuff is very nice. Gonna like talk about more anime as the weeks continue. So yeah, you know, keep up with my reviews. But you know, thank you for watching. Let me know what your favorite show this season is. Peace.